Another Jack and Tom Postgame Basketball Podcast. I am radio and television talk show host Jack Ebling, joined by my longtime partner, 24 years, Blue Belly Tom Crawford. Tom, we're always analyzing Michigan and Michigan State.
We are.
And today it's the Spartans' turn after a 77-64 win over Indiana in Bloomington, a game the Spartans never trailed.
Never trail, and that first half shooting was unbelievable. Kur Teng is all of a sudden this sharpshooter. He looked like Terry Furlow out there, man. I'm telling you what, Michigan State right now is clicking. Now, I know Michigan plays them next Sunday, a week from today. We'll be sitting next to each other. I hope that's the last time Michigan has to play Michigan State. I just don't want to play. I just think they're really hot right now. And always in the NCAA tournament, you fear teams. And I think Michigan State's going to be one of those teams you don't want to play.
Tom, Michigan State beat Wisconsin 4 times in 2000. Maybe you could beat Michigan State 4 times and win.
I don't know. No, they look good today. And, and Jeremy Fears Jr. is starting to look like he's really in the groove at that point guard slate. Indiana was desperate. We saw a desperate Ohio State team.
Right.
What desperation does to them. They took care of Purdue. Indiana was in the same situation, even more desperate. Yeah. But this game was never in doubt in my mind. Do you think?
No. And Michigan State would have had to help Indiana. Michigan State played so poorly in victory last week against Ohio State. But this week, the win at Mackey, a personal house of horrors for Tom Izzo. And then today to come out and shoot 49 from the field, but 50 from deep, 79 at the line, plus 8 in rebounding. Could have been more given physical advantage, but plus 7 in assists, only 9 turnovers, and had 3 guys step up. And when it isn't just the Jeremy Fear show, Michigan State's pretty good.
Yeah, Jackson Kohler played really well, especially in that first half, and they defended pretty well in second. I mean, Michigan State, usually they grab the net and push and get up the court, but they did it in a half-court game. So they won. They were impressive in this game in other capacities in what they typically do, defend, rebound, and push. They were pretty good in the half-court game.
Jackson Kohler, as you mentioned, 21 points, 14 in the first half. That's the most he's ever scored in the first half. Also had 13 rebounds, so back on the double-double train. It's been a while. Jeremy Fears, 21 points, a lot of them coming in the second half. 9 assists. Again, the ball was like it was on a string for him. But Kur Teng, as you mentioned, 6 for 8 from deep off the bench. 18 points. So Michigan State got 60 points from those 3 players.
Yeah, even Wojcik comes in there and just spots Fears, gives him 3 to 4 minutes of blow. I think that's going to, without making mistakes.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be an interesting variable too, to help that situation on that point guard.
It's interesting, Tom, because when a team doesn't have a backup point guard, you don't think it's the biggest loss in the world. But for Michigan State,
it is.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. Yes. Losing Divine Ugochukwu meant more to Michigan State than Tom Izzo ever imagined it would. And now Michigan is going to have to make some adjustments without L.J. Cason, who had come on and been exemplary, I think, in that role behind Elliot Cadeau. So how those backup point guards play for those teams might determine what happens in a very close game in the tournament.
Absolutely. And for LJ Cason, I mean, the guy that averaged 10 points in the month of February, he was their best perimeter shooter, best beyond the arc shooter is LJ Cason was for this year. Yeah. And a team that's average at best from beyond the perimeter. That is a huge loss. And Elliott's not going to get those restful minutes. He's going to have to play more. Yak's going to have to play a little point on committee. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they got a few days to figure it out. These 2 last regular season games for Michigan and the Big Ten tournament are even more important right now to try to tweak this thing and see if they can be effective with an 8-man rotation moving into the NC2As.
Tom, is it more important to get this thing figured out and get some chemistry with another lineup than it even is to win both these games? I mean, obviously you want to beat Michigan State, but if Michigan could figure out the backup point guard thing and be moving forward a week from now, would a loss to Iowa be the worst thing that could happen?
Well, I mean, they're going to have to figure it out. I mean, they don't have a choice. They got to figure it out. So, I mean, I mean, it might be a byproduct. I mean, they're going to still do everything they can to win.
Yeah.
It just might, a loss might happen just in this process of trying to adjust.
Yeah.
But, I mean, point guard this was a problem going into the season. This was a worry factor. Who's going to be Elliott's point guard? And LJ, the slasher, and had been prone to turnovers, but man, he had come on. So I feel bad, more so than anything. Feel bad for the kid, any kid who gets hurt. And there's been injuries. Michigan State suffered. I mean, we're talking about the Texas Tech lost a really good player.
That's
right. I mean, that just comes with the territory.
Right, exactly. Michigan State, without its backup point guard, Tom, lost at Nebraska by 2. And I have to believe that was at least a 5 or 6 point loss there. Then against Minnesota, Devine went down after only playing 8 minutes. And Michigan State got in such a big hole, tried to come back, but then you got Fierce trying to play 36, 38 minutes, and that's not the way it's designed for him. So maybe some guys in the tournament are going to have to play longer minutes. And in the Big Ten tournament, it shows why it's important not to have to play on Thursday, which Michigan was never going to have to do. But now it looks like Michigan State won't either. Yeah,
and that's the Friday start. Everybody wants to say you don't want to play more than 3 in the Big Ten. And back to that, distribution of minutes. You might see Yaxel Lindenborg go up in minutes to 35. I remember when Michigan won the national championship with Ramil Robinson, he played 40 minutes. He was a 40-minute warrior in the Final 4 games. It was crazy. But it's different. Now, there's more demands on these players, it seems like, and it's more physical and it's more intricate defensively. So it'll be interesting to see what plays out, adjusting to injuries.
Tom, it's hard to play 40 minutes in an overtime game. That's 40 of the 45, but at least you get some blow. You're still playing 40 minutes. But to play 40 out of 40, seen some guys do it, and Lamar Wilkerson almost did it today. I think he sat out about 15 seconds and managed to score 29 points. So I want to give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Of course, you remember Bob Wilkerson.
Bobby Wilkerson, that 76 team. He was at that time a 6'7" guard, was incredibly and then Irvin came a couple of years later, or 1 year later. That was unusual back then to have somebody that tall play guard.
And, if you remember, in that national championship game against Michigan, Wilkerson got hurt in the first half.
Yeah, Wayman Britt's elbow came down on that 3-on-2 break. Michigan was on a roll right then. He was out, but hey, you adjust and move on. That Indiana team was brilliant team. And last on, 32-0 is an amazing accomplishment.
Well, Michigan is entering the conversation, if it's not already there, of the best teams behind that team. And the amazing part about that team, Tom, was they were 63-1 over 2 seasons. And Bob Knight told me on the radio show that his best team was not the 32-0 national champions. It was the year before when Scott May broke his arm.
Mm-hmm. And they lost to Kentucky in the regional final by 2. I remember that game. Yeah, but hey, you just got to just move on and next man up, right?
Exactly. What do you see different, Tom, about this Michigan State team than the one that fell behind by 18 against Michigan in the first half and then came back, took the lead, but couldn't get it done down the stretch? Do you think Michigan State has learned anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think their connectivity, the players keep referring to that is there, and you can see it. I mean, connectivity is about ball distribution. They know where everybody is on the court. I'm seeing that. Yeah. And you're getting more contribution from different players, and that's been Michigan's secret sauce. Michigan State are they're very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In terms of their lineup and their arsenal, and they're Michigan State right now is playing their best basketball, which obviously you want to do on March 1st, right?
Ideally, the one thing that Michigan has had, and it's a heck of a card to be able to play, is enough depth that you can have a guy or two have bad days and you barely know. Michigan State had that last year with the 10 deep roster.
Right.
This year, really haven't had that, especially after Ugochukwu went out. But today, Carson Cooper had a poor game for him after a couple of great ones.
Yeah.
And you didn't even notice. They didn't miss him. So
I'm just having some contact lens problems, but I'll be all right. No, I think Jeff is having players have a bad game and then have to have someone else step up. I think that's the key to anything to win.
Tom, I think we ought to let you conduct your contact lens search.
Yeah, I got a lens problem. So you got taping tonight. Have a great show on.
Yeah, we will.
On the press pass, and we'll talk to you after Thursday night.
Thursday night, but I would like to suggest, what if we do a Wednesday special with our all Big Ten teams?
I'll do it. I'm ready. Although
Let's do that.
I'm struggling with the list. I really am, and I don't. I'm trying to. Yeah, it's hard. There's too many good players.
Yeah, I thought I was making progress, and today I went from 15 to 17. So I'm going the wrong direction.
I thought we were gonna go 5, right? 5.
5 is the goal.
That's hard.
Yes, but you can pick a second team.
Right now, I've redone the list. I'm taking this way too serious, by the way.
Yeah.
Then I'm back down to like 2 that I know I'm definitely going to have. I thought I had 3. Now I'm back to 2 because there's too many other players to consider.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
We will be back with that in the middle of the week. And then Thursday night, have both of these games at the same time. Senior night at Michigan State against Rutgers, and then Michigan at Iowa. We'll see you Wednesday and Thursday nights on the Jack and Tom Basketball Podcast.